on TMZ.
Rockets have jumped the shark. Lauren Sanchez, Katy Perry, Gayle King, and crew made a successful flight on Blue Origin.
Yeah, successful launch, successful landing. Everyone was super happy.
So there it is.
Screaming on the way down was...
I thought the screaming was from Mission Control.
Nope, that was from the girls.
It sounded like a women's basketball game.
Bill Maher, as we know, saw Trump a couple weeks ago, and he went on his show and gave a glowing review of Trump as a person.
Trump was gracious and measured, and why he isn't that in other settings, I don't know.
He thinks the person he had dinner with was the authentic Trump, and that the president is the acting Trump, the guy who acts that role.
LA District Attorney Nathan Hochman has issued an apology to the family of Jose and Kitty Menendez because they were all in court on Friday for this big hearing, and it's just a really graphic crime scene photo that showed the aftermath of the shooting.
And they didn't give warning that they were going to do it.
And it actually caused the aunt of Eric and Lyle to suffer a really big medical emergency. She was found unresponsive. They believe it's due to the stress of what she had seen.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard has transformed again. This time she shed 25 pounds.
Wow.
And she did it by...
Why does it matter to you how she did it?
It used to be people would say.
They say that only skinny people are upset about the Ozempic. Boom.
I'm not skinny.
I would describe you as thin, Harvey.
I'm not.
No, he's fit.
Thin, athletic, or hunky? What do you do? What are you checking?
He's checking all of them.
Perception, there it is.
Ah, what is it? Oh, wait, no, they're fine. Lauren Sanchez, Katy Perry, Gayle King, and the crew of the Blue Origin rocket. Successful launch, successful flight, successful landing. It's chips in space, baby! Take us space!
Herstory was made today, the first all-female flight crew. Herstory.
Oh, we get it. Yes, it is herstory. Female fortitude, independence, and yet they still expected a man to open the car door for them. Typical. Come on out, guys.
Tons of celebrities were there. Oprah was there to watch it. Kris Jenner and Khloe Kardashian were there.
To support Lauren.
To support Lauren. Oprah cried. It was so cute when the rocket was up. She was tearing, and it made me cry.
No.
Why are you guys so anti this?
It was a Disneyland ride. That's what I see it as.
But that's what's so cool about this, that at some point when this is more affordable and everyone can go do this, great.
Parachutes. There it goes, the drone.
I thought the screaming was from Mission Control, but it wasn't.
Well, it was because Katy Perry was singing up there, so they were probably trying to tune her out.
Imagine being locked in a capsule with Katy Perry singing.
I would love that.
The thing is, they are technically astronauts now.
You take space travel very seriously. This kind of trivializes it, right? Just some rich dude paying for like women he likes.
They did science up there.
There was no science done up there.
They were there for 2 minutes. What kind of science?
They were testing menstruation in space.
They get up there and it's like, how dare you? What are you doing?
You're such an ass.
So one small flight for women, one giant leap for womankind. Welcome home, ladies.
Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was.
Bill Maher, as we know, saw Trump a couple weeks ago, and he went on his show and gave, I'm going to say, a glowing review of Trump as a person.
Just for starters, he laughs. I'd never seen him laugh in public, but he does, including at himself.
He said that he thinks the person he had dinner with was the authentic Trump, and that the president is the acting Trump.
It doesn't matter who he is at a private dinner with a comedian. It matters who he is on the world stage. I'm just taking as a positive that this person exists.
People were going in on Bill, though, on the internet.
They really were going in on him, and I disagree with him on this, but I kind of like that. It's like, why can't you disagree with somebody and still be friends with them? He's one of the smartest people I know. And to have a friend that you have to agree 100% or you don't like him anymore is absurd.
You also don't think that this is just great for ratings?
Well, I don't know whether it is or isn't.
It is, though, because if you said that how much like you hate him, it's like what everyone else is saying.
His audience is very left-leaning, though. And I think he's going to pay a price for this.
Yeah, he pissed off a lot of people in his audience.
You can hate me for it, but I'm not a liar. Trump was gracious and measured, and why he isn't that in other settings, I don't know, and I can't answer, and it's not my place to answer. I'm just telling you what I saw, and I wasn't high.
He believes what he said. And I love the fact that he's willing to subject himself to that criticism, but he believes what he believes. And I like that.
The long journey is over. McIlroy.
Hot damn, looks like all that work on his putts paid off. Rory McIlroy wins the Masters.
It was really a great moment.
The Masters is undoubtedly the most prestigious golf tournament in the world.
Not just the Masters, the Grand Slam.
Yeah, he had won the other 3 major tournaments before, but he had always failed some way at the Masters.
And there are only, I think, 5 people who have won a Grand Slam.
That's right, now 6.
One of them was this fella. Maybe you heard of him. Tiger Woods posted his congratulations to Rory, saying, "Welcome to the club. Completing the Grand Slam at Augusta is something special. And when you join the Grand Slam club, they actually treat you to a Grand Slam." A lot of people don't know that. Let's break it down.
So he starts off terribly, and then on the 18th hole, he bogeys, and then they go to a playoff. He birdies the playoff hole and wins the tournament. It was a really cool moment.
It was great.
Did you see that Swedish golfer, Ludvig Åberg? My wife was watching golf with me for the first time in ever, and I had no idea why. He is dreamy.
Oh yeah, he's cute.
Striking is the word that comes to mind. Those piercing eyes and that devil-may-care smile. He is. Wait a second. This is Rory's moment, damn it.
A lot of people would just collapse and unwind, and he came back. I think that's awesome. I almost like golf.
So well played, Rory. Congratulations.
Excuse me, I love your outfit.
J-Lo got stopped in the street by a TikToker who apparently didn't know who she was. There's a TikToker that goes around New York that sees like people dressed in nice clothing, rich people clothing, and they ask, "What do you do for a living?" This TikToker did not know who she was.
What do you do for a living? I spoke positivity. A singer? What's your name?
Come on, there's no way.
Is this set up?
It's not a setup.
It's totally a setup. But it's possible that you don't, like, if it's out of context, you wouldn't.
You know, when I was doing TMZ parallel parking one day, I filmed Robin Wright accidentally parallel parking, and I didn't know.
I think that's Robin Wright. I'm not sure.
Why didn't parallel parking work?
I don't know.
It's such a great idea.
Why didn't you start it again?
You can't do it anymore because now all the cars like basically park themselves.
True.
You missed your window.
Charlie's gonna interview Waymos now.
Nice meeting you. Take care.
Lady Gaga, Green Day, and Benson Boone all rocked Coachella Weekend 1. But the best performance goes to Timothée Chalamet, playing hand drums on Kylie Jenner's booty. Because these two were all over each other at the festival.
You're walking through Coachella and you see the two of them. Who are you watching more, him or her?
Kylie.
Timothy.
Kylie's in a crop top.
And crop top always wins over movie star in a backpack. Anyway, Kendall Jenner was also at Coachella, and so was Kylie's daughter, 7-year-old Stormy, watching her dad Travis perform on stage at midnight.
She's 7? Oh my God.
God, I haven't stayed up that late.
Yeah, but you wake up that time to go to work.
I know.
So.
Nothing like starting the day fresh at 1 a.m. Anyway, tons of hot celebs showed up to party in the desert, like Spencer and Heidi, Paris Hilton, and don't forget the biggest party animal of all,
Senator Bernie Sanders!
If I was at Coachella, I'd have been like, what is Bernie doing up on the stage?
No, they loved him.
Bernie Sanders got a bigger reaction than Brian May.
the legendary guitarist from Queen who Benson Boone brought out during Bohemian Rhapsody.
His performance was insane. I was into his.
He was sitting home all weekend live streaming Benson Boone.
What's wrong with you? It's nice and comfortable on my couch.
How sad. Now PDAS out of Coachella, Timothy and Kylie.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard has transformed again. This time she shed 25 pounds. She looks unrecognizable.
And she did it by?
She has not addressed how she lost the weight.
Why are people so afraid?
Why does it matter to you?
Because I want to learn. I want to know how to lose the weight.
Yeah, I want to learn.
No, that's not why you want to know. You want to know if she cheated.
That's not. I don't view it as cheating.
They say that only skinny people are upset about the Ozempic boom.
I'm not. You almost said I'm not skinny. I'm not skinny.
So what do you think of your body type?
If you were on a dating app, we're not going to say which one, and it had body types you could check.
I'm not
Do you do thin, athletic, or hunky? What do you do?
He's checking all of them. Donald Trump was introduced at UFC 314. The broadcast was showing him walking into the arena, high-fiving a bunch of people, hugging a lot of his staff. Goes up to RFK, gives him a big hug. Cheryl's right there waiting, and Trump goes right past
Did he do it on purpose?
He tried to look high.
Coming up.
Billy Bush, I asked AI, rank me the Bush family. They only gave me the top 10 and you were an honorable mention.
Be right back.
The 47th president of the United States. Yes, coming in at 6'3" and 224 pounds. That's Donald Trump at UFC 314, making an entrance bigger than any fighter would. And everyone wanted to shake his hand. If he wanted to shake theirs, well, that's another story.
He goes up to RFK, gives him a big hug.
And Kennedy's wife, actress Cheryl Hines, was all ready to shake Donald's hand. But just like some immigrants trying to come into the U.S. these days, she got denied.
Pretty incredible. Crazy. It's insane.
And you see her reaction, and it's like a scene out of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
To be fair, there is footage of them talking later, but there's no denying she got the shaft instead of the shake up front.
This is who he is, right? She has been a critic of his for a long time. He does not shake hands with critics.
Well, he had no problem broing it out with Dave Portnoy, who has recently railed against the tariffs and even said he may vote Democrat in the future.
After you look at Cheryl's reaction, RFK's reaction, he kept smiling and laughing. You don't think the ride home Cheryl was in his face going, I can't believe you just stood there and let that happen to me.
What does he do?
You could at least look offended.
Well, I guess the question is, did he choose?
Yes, he chose Trump.
And sleeping on the couch that night. So we're sorry your ego may have gotten bruised, Cheryl, but take heart in knowing it's nowhere near as bruised as Volkanovski and Lopez's faces are gonna be. Now snub us out of here, Donald!
Crazy.
I only learned that you're like related to George Bush. Billy Bush at LAX.
Oh, what did you talk to Billy about?
I asked AI, rank me in order of successfulness like the Bush family. Billy guesses that he would be 11th or 12th. Not bad. They only gave me the top 10 and you were an honorable mention.
An honorable mention.
So we go through the top 10 together, me and Billy. George Prescott Bush, Jeb Bush, George P. Bush, Barbara Bush.
Wait a minute, I'm way more successful than George P. Bush. He was a land commissioner. I love him, but come on.
They put Barbara Bush, number 6, Jenna Bush Hager, number 7, and Billy has big problems with the final 3. Neil Bush,
I got Neil too. Keep going.
Marvin Bush.
Marv, just saw him at the Masters.
The 10th was Dorothy Bush.
That's my grandmother, but she was a homemaker. She didn't do anything.
That is hysterical.
Wait, really said honorable mention?
He gave Billy Bush got a TV host, not honorable media career until the 2016 Trump tape scandal.
Did you read that to him?
No, I didn't read that to him.
AI, you are terrible.
Warning, you may see a graphic photo of a brutal murder at a Menendez brothers hearing.
In retrospect, we should have alerted defense counsel. We've apologized.
That's the LA DA on TMZ Live saying sorry, in lawyer speak, for showing a bloody crime scene photo of the Menendez brothers' dead parents, Kitty and Jose, at a hearing last week that the family says caused Jose's sister to be rushed to the hospital.
What's relevant is, have they been rehabilitated?
But since Governor Newsom already has them going before a parole board,
Resentencing is irrelevant. What's relevant is that Garagos He's going to ask that the conviction be changed from murder to manslaughter.
He's taking a position that is not even remotely grounded in the facts and the law.
He Neanderthals in his office and he's pandering to them.
Ouch! You guys should do a podcast. Speaking of podcasts, is Gergo still doing this one after what happened last week?
You are going to represent Diddy, and I know it. And I've known this for 3 weeks, Mark.
Traffic in rumors.
This is not a rumor. I will bet my house. My house. That
He goes to Wild, who's out at the courthouse, and he's like, "Have you ever been to Harvey's house?"
And the answer was no.
Ask him again on TMZ Live.
When you were deflecting Harvey's question about whether or not you were joining Diddy's team, and you deflected,
bad connection.
You referred to him as Sean Love Combs. No one, did he just disconnect?
Oh,
disconnected.
Can you believe this?
Not for a second.
Thirst trap picture of the year, Ray Fiennes.
Oh.
Ray Fiennes at 62 years old.
All things considered, he looks great. Good for him. That's human growth hormone.
No, it's not.
Yes, you cannot produce this type of testosterone at 62.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with HGH. It's who cares?
Yeah, I think he looks awesome.
He looks good.
He's got your guy.
First of all, I don't have a guy.
They go to the same nutritionist.
This is just not true.
They also go to the same tanning bed. Look at that.
Coming up.
Natasha Leggero was on her podcast. She went to Disneyland and they did the whole thing with the guide.
I still hated it.
It's not so much what you experience, it's that you're watching all the other people.
Are you talking about seeing other people having fun and joy that bothers you so much?
It was the absolute ideal way to experience Disneyland.
And yet,
I still hated it.
Yeah.
Natasha Leggero was on her podcast and she has a hot take about Disneyland. So she and her co-host and a bunch of other people went to Disneyland and they did the whole thing with the guide, the person who takes you around.
I went on 5, 6, 8 rides, and by 2 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I spent the last 2 hours in the car.
She went to the car.
But why wouldn't you just Uber somewhere else and wait for them to finish?
It's not so much what you experience, it's that you're watching all the other people over the top experiencing it.
With the Mickey ears?
Yeah.
Are you talking about seeing other people having fun and joy that bothers you so much?
Over the top.
Harvey, you would love to do Disneyland turned up. You would love it. At the character breakfast, hanging out with Goofy, eating pancakes. You think he wants to wait in line for bad waffles? Oh, they're good. They're shaped as Mickey. It's so cute.
While we were on the ride, she sat in the car.
SNL went a little too far. They did a skit called White Lotus. They put political figures in place of characters in White Lotus.
It was so funny.
Yes, it was funny, except Amy Lou Wood from White Lotus felt like their take on her was just mean. SNL went a little too far.
Hysterical.
It was very
Hysterical.
funny. They did a skit called White Lotus. They put political figures, Donald Trump and Melania, in place of characters in White Lotus.
It was so funny.
And yes, it was funny, except Amy Lou Wood from White Lotus felt like their take on her was just mean, because the only point of the teeth was to make fun of RFK Jr. not wanting fluoride in water.
And I've been having these insane ideas, like what if we took all the fluoride out of the drinking water? But what would that do to people's teeth?
Fluoride? What's that?
It's funny.
You ever get mad when people spoof TMZ?
No. I mean, we did.
Remember that movie Pop Star? I cried in the theater when they made fun of us because they said we didn't go to college and I was still paying off my student loans.
She was really upset. She was genuinely upset.
I was legit angry.
What did you study?
Journalism.
Oh, wow.
Well, now you should cry.